views, your opinions, they all have a place right here. From politics to business and the economy, from the social issues to the heart of the city. I'll be your companion, your source of information, and your partner in exploration. And it's just not about the headlines. It's about the conversations we have, the connections we make, and the impact we create. Your insights matter, your questions matter, and your energy matters. So whether you're in traffic, having breakfast, or starting your workday, I'll be right here, keeping you informed and engaged. So Lagos, stay tuned, set your alarms, and back your calendars, and let's kickstart our mornings together, right here on the Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info and Kofi Bartels. Let's talk.
Get up! It's time for the Morning Crossfire.
All right, Lagos, we're back with the Morning Crossfire right here on 99.3 Nigeria. My name is Kofi Bartels, and of course, looking out for your contribution as we have a major conversation this morning. We would like to hear from you and to know from you what or how you're coping with the current inflation in the country, the increased inflation in Nigeria. I want you to call in and tell me. Of course, we know what the National Bureau of Statistics has said in recent time. Of course, the latest inflation figures released by the NBS. To be a part of our conversation, please call 0700-993-993-993, 0700-993-993-993. And of course, you can call for our female listeners 0201 465 7190, 0201 465 7190. Of course, we know that NBS came out with some stats indicating that for the month of April 2024, headline inflation rose to 33.69%. Or that's the goods are increasing by 33.69%. What is inflation? Inflation is a rise in general prices or price level. So the price of goods and services. Rise in general price level, inflation. So the prices are rising by 33.69%. I'm asking you this morning, have you noticed prices rising every day for everyday items like food, transportation, utilities? Does this 33.69% reflect in your life? And how has this affected your budget? All right. Are there specific areas you've seen prices increase dramatically? You see this one there, like my people will say, it's gone up. Let's leave out tariff hike, electricity charges. But there's specific areas, all right, you've seen prices rise dramatically. I'd like to hear from you. And how have you adapted to this change in the price of the things that you like to buy every day? How have you adapted to the change in these prices? How's it affecting your budget, the things that you can spend money on? We saw in the papers yesterday that manufacturers are groaning because items are not leaving the warehouse, apart from those who manufacture beer. Though someone disputed that. 0700-993-993-993. All right. Have you made any significant lifestyle changes because of inflation? You tell me what those are. What adjustments you've had to make. For instance, are you reducing how many times you eat a day? Have you stopped buying certain items? I want to hear from you. Let's have a conversation, just you and I. 0700-993-993-993, 0201-465-7190. Of course, headline inflation rose to 33.20% in March, and then you had a few basis points. Now, that's a 0.49%, increase. And those 0.49% points are added to the 33.69% of April. Now, don't forget that inflation before 2014-2015 was sub 10%. And Nigeria maintained a sub 10% inflation for years. And maybe some of us took it for granted. But that was an economic miracle. And here we are today. All right. We have a first listener on the line, 99.3. Good morning. Sorry about that. 99.3, good morning. Your name and location, please.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. Your name and location.
Ambassador Musba here, calling you from Mushi.
All right, Ambassador.
Yeah, Kofi Bartels.
Yeah.
Honestly, even beyond reasonable that things are so hard. Although, to be fairness, all over the world, all over Africa, inflation's everywhere. But here, I think part of the inflation we have here was artificial. Yeah, to some extent. Honestly, we need to think, we need to be our brother's keeper in this country. Not about profit and always profit. But the expense of the poor. Sure, stamina. It's very hard to cope at times. But we have no option than to cope to some extent. But I want to appeal. Nigerians are not made for only politicians. Nigerians are not made for only politicians. I think not that only politicians will be okay where we Nigerians, that's why we have it there. I think they should think twice. And we ourselves, we should be our brother's keeper. Let's have our human feelings as a marketer, as a seller. Our human feelings, not about profit, short stamina. Although we have to make profit, but not to some also exploiting the people.
All right. Ambassador, before you go, your time is up. So you are pointing everything down to people who, out of greed, are increasing prices and not necessarily government policy.
Yes. To
Right.
some extent.
All right. Okay, to an extent. All right. Thank you so very kindly for your time. I have the next caller, 99.3. Good morning.
Good morning, Kofi Bartels.
Welcome. Your name and where you're listening to us from, please.
This is Pastor Ladipo.
All right.
I'm
Welcome.
calling from Oriligo.
Great to have you.
Kofi, the reality is that if you look at I want to tell you one commodity that is just rising.
Mm-hmm.
One, that commodity is Gary.
Gary,
Go
okay.
and check the pint of Gary now,
All right.
which is one of the common food of the common man. And some people will tell us we don't need dollar to process Gary, we don't need. But they forgot that man in the farm will not grind the cassava with pestle or with mortar or with stone. The person will use either engine, and that engine will either use fuel or diesel.
Okay.
So I'm not narrowing down the way things is going high to either sellers who wants to make excess gain. I want to narrow it down to just one policy statement. And that policy statement is subsidy gone. See, if the fuel today, the government can make it come down to as low as either 200 or 1 something. Kofi, there are things that automatically come down. Sincerely speaking, to even bring some commodity from the farm now to the town is expensive because of cost of transportation. So whose fault? Is it the fault of those who produce it? Now, it is what people buy, they will sell. Go and check fufu before. That small one used to be 50 naira. Today, it's even smaller and it's now 100 naira. Think about it. So it's not the fault of the sellers.
All right.
Let's look at the policies. Thank you and God bless Nigeria.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. Good to hear from you. So Ambassador Musbah called in earlier to say inflation in Nigeria, yes, indeed, it is rising and people are finding it hard to afford the basics of life, having to, dig deeper to be able to afford the basics of life and everyday necessities. But he says it's not only about government policy, but also about greed. Greed is what is causing some of the prices to rise. And now Pastor Ladipo has called in to say the price of Gary, for instance, is rising. You can't tell him it is due to greed. That it is due to government policy because of the fact that the person who is grinding the Gary, as he said, will use petrol. And that petrol is imported with US dollars. 99.3, good morning.
Hello, Kofi, good morning.
Welcome. You've called already, haven't you? You've called this morning.
Yes, I called this
Okay,
morning.
we're taking one call per listener. Please send a message or drop a comment on any of our pages. Let's give others a chance. 99.3, good morning.
Yes, this is from Udogbolu.
All right, Asa, good to have you. What's your contribution, please?
You see, I know I don't eat rice again in the buka when I want to eat.
You don't eat rice
And
again?
I didn't eat beans again because they are very expensive. No matter how I ate it, it will never belly for me. So I prefer eating fufu because that one will be okay for me because it's a strong food. And when I eat it, it will carry me for some hours.
Okay. How much are you spending for rice and beans in the buka before now?
I spend, let's say if I spend 400 naira before, I will belly full.
Okay.
Yes, but now if I spend 1,000 naira, we know it does not even look like I ate anything. Just because of how cost the thing is in the market. And you cannot blame them. So the only thing I eat here is fufu, as I said before. Or I can eat eba, and eba now, I didn't like the taste again because the way they prepare it now is not like before again. Everything has changed. So I don't know. The all blame comes to government. They're supposed to look very well before they remove this our so-called subsidy, because this thing have caused a lot of people. People are dying every minute of the day. People are staying hungry.
How much do you spend for the fufu you eat at the buka?
Okay. Fufu. If I buy fufu, it's on 200 now for this area I'm staying.
So you buy two?
So I buy two, yes. Then can buy like 2 or 3 meat and join it. Before I feel like I ate food.
How much for the meat? How much for the meat?
The meat should be 100 naira, but formally it's 50 naira.
Okay.
So how many people can afford that in a day? 3 times a day. So
you eat 3 times a day?
Eh?
Do you eat 3 times a day?
No, I eat only twice in a day, morning and the night.
At night, what do you eat?
Night I can eat anything. I can eat anything. Maybe I can repeat the fufu again. Because that's the only thing that can benefit me. So I don't know why I'm saying this is this. How will other people who are not having any money on them, we manage to succeed or survive like that? It's very, very difficult for people, but nobody will say it out. In fact, I'm tired.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you calling in. We have Joy, who's calling from somewhere in Lagos. Joy, good morning.
Hello, Kofi. Good morning.
Welcome. Where are you calling from in Lagos?
That's from Lekki.
All right, Lekki. Joy, go on. What your contribution, please?
This market woman. Kofi. See, if we don't stop blaming ourselves in this country, nothing will change. Except we attack the root, nothing will change. Because if you want to blame the market people, or you want to blame those who are going to farm, you are not blaming what is causing the problem to down. You are just playing. See, we learn how to do soap in my house now.
All right.
Learn how to do air freshener. Okay. So many things like that.
Why?
Yes, it's expensive. You're saying why?
Okay.
The toy is too expensive. Azar is too expensive. We learn it now. Sometimes we don't even use generator in my house again. We have to just sleep like that. Before, we will use generator right from 6:30 to 7:30 in the morning. Before Buhari come into power. Talk less of this time now. See, I buy little tomatoes in a small 2 buckets with pepper, 20,000. Why before APC come into power, I will use 4,500 to buy big basket of tomatoes. Look at the difference. This thing is too much now, and you are blaming the market woman or this. Is it the market woman that increase your fuel, that take away your gas, that take away your diesel? So let's face the truth in this country. I look, there is a place, this thing I look about Ghana, one of the kings. The son is a soldier. Look at all our kings in this country. What is their children doing? They are waiting for free money. Now they want to go and pray. God cannot answer those
all right.
prayers.
Thank you very much, Joy. Thank you very much, Joy. Thank you. Appreciate your time. I see Paul. I don't know where Paul is calling from. Paul, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Where are you calling from, please?
Hi, Kofi. I'm calling you from Lagos. Precisely, already I'm driving, actually.
Where, really?
Yeah.
Okay, Paul, go on. All right, go on.
So Kofi, for me, right, just my contribution to the discussion this morning.
Yeah.
Let me just add that, okay? So my contribution to this topic is very simple. And then there is no way you want to expect magic to happen when the 2 key drivers of the economy is shaking, right? So this is my common sense, so to speak. I believe in Nigeria, there are 2 things that when there is a shake around those things, it affects every other thing. And these are the things that I expect the government to handle with care, so that the common people, you and I on the street, or the masses, will be able to at least be able to survive and be able to cope with inflation. These 2 things, Kofi, dollar and the price of crude oil, which is first.
All right.
In these 2 things,
all right. All right, your line isn't too clear. Your line isn't too clear, Paul. I have to let you go. But I hope we all on the same page as to regards what I'm asking, looking out for you to call in to contribute this morning. Basically, we're asking you a very simple question: how are you coping with increased inflation? What have you noticed about rising prices of everyday food items? You know, like everyday items, rather, like food. All right, transportation, utilities. What have you noticed about the rising prices? The difference between the beginning of the year and now. We had a 0.49 increase in inflation from March to April, headline inflation. So the difference may not be noticeable to some of you. Maybe, I don't know. You tell me. All right. Now, how has this increased inflation affected your budget, your personal budget, your family budget? And are there specific areas in your spending that you've seen prices increase dramatically? Someone talked about Gary or rice and beans, that he can't afford rice and beans anymore. What he used to buy for 400 naira now is 1,000 naira, and he goes for fufu, which he buys 2 wraps at 200 naira each to be able to feel full in the morning, and he buys 2 pieces of meat at 100 naira each. So that's what, 600 naira that he was spending for rice and beans. He doesn't spend that anymore. He doesn't like eba or fufu, but he has to take it to feel full. So that's a specific area that he's seen a dramatic price rise, and he has to adjust to cope. So I want to know yours. All right, and so how have you adapted to these changes? That's how he has adapted to the change, and I want to know how you have adapted to yours. Okay, we have Jude who's calling in from Amordorf. I hope he's still there. Jude, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Kofi. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Hope you're well. Your contribution, please.
Yeah, I'm okay. Okay. So first of all, I just want to thank God. You see, when our president announced that subsidy was gone, it was a painful experience for me as at that time, because my neighbor, an Indian band, was bringing in solar, energy and all of those things. And I rushed to him because I could remember myself and my wife would spend about 150,000 naira in about 5 days for fuel alone. And the man said, my friend, come and take this. And I took this thing worth about 9 million naira. It was painful because at that time, that funds were not around. It was not available. And you know what? I paid that money in 1 month, and I could tell you boldly that in 2 months' time, I had, how did I put it? I had made that money back by what I saved, and I'm enjoying myself as regards energy, really. And then talking about food, in fact, it's unfortunate. But what I did was that myself and my family, I sat down. I had a chat with my wife, and that's food.
She agreed, right?
Of course, she don't get choice.
She agreed.
Even the kids don't have choice, and I'm glad with the kind of children I have.
All right.
I sit them down. They're young kids, but hey, this is not available. This is not available, and they understand.
It's usually the women who will not read the writing on the wall to know. Okay, wait, we need to cut down. So it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah. My wife, I really don't think about food anymore. I just make sure the funds are available, give to her within a month. Things are going on well.
I want to find out from you before, let's say last year, how much was it taking to be able to, if you want to, if you feel okay sharing the information, feel free. But if not, I understand. How much was it taking to feed the family in a month? Last year, and how much is it taking now?
Okay, well, last year I think my wife could say, okay, of course, would have bought rice and other essential stuff in bags, and then she said, okay, 50,000 naira we will do for the 2 years until now. Okay. Actually, now around 150, 130 per month, and even at that, it's not enough because the kids going to school, you have to buy biscuit and all of those things. Biscuit is crazily expensive now, crazily. It's sad. It's really sad, and that's where the funds is going right now. The kids going to school, buying this, buying that, and the rest, But it's okay. God is helping us. We are still on top. When there's a casting down, we are lifting up.
So you say you what you do is you buy your stuff in bulk?
Yeah, I buy my stuff in bulk. Something happened 2 months ago. I'm from Delta State. I went to the village, and I saw stock. I saw gari and I saw palm oil. And I rushed the palm oil. I think a gallon, a big keg. I bought it for 23,000 naira in my village, right in my village. And then I saw gari. I said, let me buy gari. Hey. The gari, I think my wife told me here that a pence rubber is 3,000 naira or so. I got to the village and I wanted to buy Gary.
All right.
And by the time I sat down and calculated it, the same 3,000, I said, my friend, drop it. And I just came to Lagos and bought it. But I bought palm oil.
Okay.
And I'm
so
grateful about that one.
We have to go.
Yeah, I'm grateful.
But thank you for sharing your experience with us. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I love my job as an HR manager, but I also love my weekends because I get to relax, spend time with family, and catch up with all the latest TV shows. But it's hard to relax when my phone is always buzzing. I have to sort out health-related issues from my colleagues because our HMO account rep is unreachable. Imagine my relief after signing with Reliance HMO and I have not received a single call from a colleague about any weekend issues. Even better, they can't stop telling me how glad they are that we've switched to a healthcare partner that's there when we need them. Now I can finally enjoy my weekends, confident my team is cared for. Thank you, Reliance HMO, for giving me back my weekends. Sign up with Reliance HMO today.
For more information, call 0201 700 1580. Reliance HMO, the next generation HMO for business.
Of trading himself. James, hello.
Susan, I beg. Say you the wine me.
For where? You who no longer depend solely on your salary.
So you people trade and don't carry us along in this office, Abby?
Jerry, now you they talk like this. Who doesn't want an extra stream of income? But I'm still looking for better trading conditions, I beg. Fast execution of my trades and possibly an account where swap no go carry all my profits where I don't know.
Guy, hfm.com.
For me, I wouldn't mind better spreads at all, and it won't be a bad idea to be able to make withdrawals in a flash.
All we want is transparency and great customer service.
Guys, I said hfm.com.
Which one is hfm.com again?
Switch to HFM today to enjoy ultra-fast execution, 1 to 2,000 leverage, tight spreads, swap-free, and more.
Guy, show us the way now.
Wait, are you sure deposits and withdrawals are sharp?
I said
hfm.com.
Visit www.hfm.com. HFM, online trading at its finest.
Who says you can't have it all with one play?
I got that defined boy. You have just won yourself.
Congratulations.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Melitus. One player don't talk to 2 players because you won 20K.
So now you won yourself 20,000 naira.
My name is Well Done.
Okay, well done. I want to tell you, well done. You won yourself 20,000 naira.
With 500 naira, you can play to win big. From 120,000 naira to 190,000 naira daily on Nigeria Info. Go to oneplay.ng and play with 500 naira. And in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. Or dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Win daily on Nigeria Info. 50,000 naira on Morning Crossfire. 60,000 naira on WhatsApp Lagos. 20,000 naira on Sunnyside. And 60,000 naira on Game On. So Lagos, what are you waiting for? The more you play, the better your chances of winning. Remember to dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18.
New Lafayette Water Shield Cement now confirm.
Oh, welcome, sir. Sir, we are set to begin the foundation.
Everything set?
Everything, sir. We have the estimates for the granite, the sand, the iron rods, the concrete blocks, the cement, the...
Wait, engineer. What cement are you planning to use?
Oh, the normal cement, sir.
The normal cement?
Yes, sir.
You know the area is waterlogged and you say normal cement? Have you not heard of Water Shield? The new waterproof cement by Lafarge, designed to protect buildings from water damage and water damage to your property. If you're building in a waterlogged area, then your best bet is the new Water Shield cement by Lafarge. Water Shield is the waterproof, high-strength cement expertly formulated for all interior and external use in waterlogged areas.
New Lafayette Water Shield Cement now confirm.
And water damage to your property.
It's Children's Day! Hooray! Let's celebrate it in a special way. Every child deserves fun, laughter, and joy. Laterna Ventures is celebrating our future leaders. We have curated unique and irresistible gift items that every child would love. These life-transforming children's products include activity books, children's Bibles, and educational toys. We We also carry journals, unique stationery, business books, Christian titles, as well as music instruments, Bluetooth speakers, and many more. Visit our store nestled at 1611 Adeola Hopewell near Law School, Victoria Island, Lagos. You can also shop online at www.laternabooks.ng. Please call 0803-301-4462 or 0810-023-4441. Our Instagram handle is at Laterna Books, and on Facebook it's at laterna.ventures. You can send an email to sales@laternabooks.ng. Laterna, lifestyle hub for book lovers.
Colors, they add meaning to our lives. From birth and naming of a child.
May your life be rich and potent as the red palm oil.
Colors tell of the feelings in our hearts.
Aww.
Through rainbow-like roses or even bubbly emojis. Colors speak of our distinctive ancestry through the shade of our skin. Colors are in the bright garbs we wear to impress, or the deluxe coat we give our buildings.
Wow, this is so beautiful.
And with our proudly Nigerian deluxe paints now available in any color, express your world however you want it. Visit a Dulux Color Center to get any color instantly.
Dulux, let's color.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Live from the heart of Victoria Island, you're listening to your number one station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, Lagos, welcome back. Of course, today we're diving into a pressing issue. We've been diving into it for the past 32 minutes, or let's say about 27 minutes. I want to take the news time we had from 8 o'clock out. This is affecting millions of Nigerians. Every Nigerian, no matter who you are, somewhere or the other, you're affected by inflation. Inflation is a word that a lot of Nigerians were not aware of, were not used to, but now have become accustomed to, because it affects them in ways that it has never done before, unprecedentedly. Inflation is not just a term economists discuss. It's a phenomenon that directly impacts people's daily lives. You're talking about things from the cost of, groceries and food items and your daily essentials to, rent and beyond. All right? Now, one thing we must be aware of is that as prices continue to rise, purchasing power will always go down. All right? It will affect purchasing power. And my economics teacher, Mr. Blake, always reminded us, inflation is a rise in general price levels. All right? And when the general prices rise, people's purchasing power decreases. So what you could afford before, you can't afford it again. If you can afford to go on 2 vacations a year, maybe you have to cut it down to 1. If you can afford to run your generator for the whole night, maybe you have to put it off at midnight. If you can afford to keep your AC on throughout the night, you have to probably turn it off the whole day, disconnect it and use fan. Purchasing power, it's affected. And the rise in the general price level affects everyone. No matter who you are, let's not get it twisted. It affects everyone. But it affects particularly those whose incomes are fixed, or those who have limited financial resources. All right? So you have one stream, for instance. So I want to know tonight, this morning, how inflation affects every single one of you listening to us. We know what the MBS has said in its report, the Consumer Price Index released for April 2024. And of course, the MBS did tell us that headline inflation rose to 33.69%. 33.69%. Relative to March 2024, which had a headline inflation of 33.20%. So that's a different point of 0.49 points or percent. You want to call it that, if you want to compare to March. All right. Now, let's look at a year-on-year basis. You look at what it was last year at this time, or in April 2023, compared to April 2024. What the NBS is saying is that headline inflation was 11.47% higher, or percentage points higher this year in April compared to April 2023, which was 22.22%. So look at that. Inflation in April 2023 was 22.22%. And Nigerians thought probably that's the worst it could be. Today, it's 33.69%, an 11.47% increase. What will it be in April 2025? Only God knows. All right? But it's getting worse, not better. How are you going through it? How are you coping? How has it affected you? We want to hear from you this morning. 0700-993-993. How are you able to cope in these times? How are you able to survive? Not just 22.22% where, we're coping, we're saying, what's going on here? It's terrible. Remember, last year by this time, Nigerians are going through a cash crunch. Remember, just before the elections, ending of 2022, into the beginning of 2023, before elections, they're held in February, cash crunch everywhere. New Naira introduction, Naira policy and all that. It was difficult. People were dying. Marketing were going on the streets, going naked. And all that affected the economy. People were attacking banks, burning banks. Bank staff had to jump over their fences to escape because Nigerians were looking for cash and could not wait anymore because they had to feed. People in this country had to sleep at ATM points looking for Buhari and Emefiele's new Naira. They couldn't find it. People were sleeping overnight in this country. These are things that if someone wakes you think about it today, you think probably it's a bad dream or some scene from a very, very bad movie or something from a country far from Nigeria. But it happened here. Like Tupac said, it was just a dream. It's like a bad dream. People in this country were sleeping at the ATM points. EFCC had to go to banks to break their vaults, to break their ATM, and said, see the cash we've given you here. Banks are not even giving the money. They were getting money, but they weren't giving it. POS operators became king. They were free to charge any amount they wanted because Nigerians were desperate to have the cash. They couldn't get it, but the POS guys were getting it. And Nigerians had to pay more than usual just to get cash from POS guys who became king. You go to a petrol station, you want to pay with transfer, they'll say, no, we only collect cash. They see a POS operator there, go and pay him. You pay the person, maybe you're taking 10,000 naira cash. You pay the person 500 naira, pay 5,000 naira. That's what they were doing. So that'll be 11,000 naira. When you give the cash to the petrol station attendant and you get a petrol, that person now gives it back to the POS operator who now still sells it again. That's the racket they were running. But what I'm saying is we went through difficult times in 2023. People had to even go all the way to the Supreme Court to try to reverse the cash, the Naira policy. There was a deadline. You can't use the old Naira again. People were wondering, how are we going to cope? Because we can't beat the deadline. We don't have banks. We don't know what to do. People died because they could not access the new Naira. People got injured. People got shot. It was like the world was about to end. It was like, I don't know, man. But Nigerians survived. But even at that time, inflation was at 22.22%. All those experiences spiked the inflation. At some point, you even think, is the government just, out to make Nigerians suffer deliberately? It was a terrible time. The entire country was bleak. Everywhere looked dry and dead. People looked forlorn. Cars are not on the roads. People are not going out. It was terrible. That was 22.22% inflation. Today, no new Naira policy. Buhari is gone. Inflation is at 33.69%. Worse off than last year. Things are costing more than last year. And how are people coping? How are you coping? We want to hear from you. What prices have you noticed rise in your everyday items like food, like transportation, like utilities. Now, the MBS has given us some things to chew on, and I want to chew on a few of those before I pick the next call. You know, they go out, they have staff they send to markets all around the country, into villages and all that. So they have their numbers spot on. MBS. I know people who work there. So what they're saying is on their selected food price watch for March 2024, all right? They said their research shows that, or their findings indicate the average price of 1 kg rice, local, all right, sold loose, stood at 1,340 naira 74 kobo. Average, all right? And this indicates a rise of 152.93% in the price of rice. 1 kg of local rice. Let me just sit down well, because this is 1 kg of local rice rose by 152.93% in price year on year. So it costs 152.93% more to buy 1 kg of local rice sold loose this year than it did last year. That is astonishing. So last year, what did Nigerians spend or pay to get that 1 kg of local rice loose, sold loose? Nigerians paid 530 naira, 8 kobo in March. In the midst of election, in the midst of politicians, using naira to buy chase dollar. In the midst of Buhari's cash crunch policy, naira policy, that led to cash crunch. Nigerians are buying 1 kg of rice at 530, local rice at 530 naira 8 kobo in March 2023. They're letting us know that even this rice rose from last month to this month. I'm going to leave it at that. That's just an example of what we're talking about here. What about beef? Nama, boneless beef. It increased 73.70% year on year. All right? March of last year, 2023, boneless beef, 1 kg, according to MBS, like I said, they have their start spot on, cost 2,479 naira 61 kobo. 2,479 naira 61 kobo last year. This year, that same 1 kg of beef, boneless beef, cost 4,309 naira 16 kobo this year. All right, we want to take the next listener, 0700993993. How are you coping? Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Kofi.
Welcome. Your name and contribution, please.
Yeah, my contribution. My name is Charles.
All right. Welcome, Charles.
I'm very glad that the company gave me this open air to view, to hear my own.
Yeah,
welcome. My own point.
Welcome, Charles.
Yeah. The cost of everything is down. As I'm speaking to you now, I used to subscribe for the STV. As I'm speaking to you now, since January this year, I've not been able to recharge. So that is on the other angle. Then on the issue of fueling, it's another critical issue. I've not been running my generator. That is somewhere. There is no light. And the latest news we got was that electricity tariff stuff, and where I am working presently, I don't want to mention the name of the company. I'm earning same salary for the past 8 years. Now, I can't afford to pay my children's school bills. They are at home. Okay? There is nothing you can pick. A piece of fish is 4,500.
Okay.
A kilo of chicken is 5,000 naira.
So your children are home?
Yeah. I'm serious. I'm speaking from home. Okay. It's very painful. I mean, you guys have been presenting series of activities for people to contribute. It's not only Gary. Gary is 3,800. This is 1,004. How long will I be begging people to assist me to take care of my home? You understand what I'm saying?
You have a job? Do you have a job?
Yeah, the job I'm.
Okay, you said your salary has not increased for 8 years now.
Yes, it's 65,000. It has not increased, and the owner of the job is aware. Dr. Mike Adenuga Jr. All the staff are suffering there, and you have people who are bringing issues like this, and I don't know what to do. It's like I don't know what to do. Either to kill myself, I don't know.
No, you don't have to do that.
My children are there.
You have
it's
to stand.
Painful, man.
You have
I
to
love
stay
your
alive.
program so much.
Yes. Thank you, my brother. What's your name,
I don't
please?
think presidents listen to what we are saying here.
Thank you very
It's
much.
very painful, my brother.
Thank you.
Everybody must not go on the street and become an armed robber. It's very painful.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Thank you. We have to leave. Let's pick some more calls. But you see, he's even said it. All these things are increasing and salaries are not going up. And he's also said that it could lead to a rise in crime if care is not taken, if it's not already even leading to that. 99.3, good morning. Hello. Yes, good morning. What's your name and your contribution, please?
Good morning.
Yeah, you've called already, sir.
But,
yeah, we're taking one call per listener, sir.
I called early in the morning. Now
Yeah. No, we don't want to waste time. One call per show for me when I'm here, and let's allow others have their say. Those who send a message, I'll read it. Send a message, I'll read it. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and location and contribution, please.
My voice is Madam Ifi.
Madam Ifi, welcome. Where are you listening from? What's the contribution?
Inflation. I want to ask a question. On Sunday, as I was coming back from church, I got down at my marketplace. As I was walking, I just said, let me buy Titus fish. I wanted to do this Yoruba for Riro. Yes. Do you know that 2 pieces of Titus fish, I bought it for 2,400. Why are the people who are selling in scale selling at 4,500? Why? Are they not buying from the same place?
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. You bought 2 pieces of Titus fish at 2,000.
Fairly big.
2,000 what?
4. That's
Okay.
1,200 per one.
And you say?
Why are those people on scale who call themselves frozen women selling at 4,500? Those two pieces.
Oh, I see. And you bought yours from a place where they don't use scale.
No, these women that put it in a basin, they will put
roadside.
carton, the roadside.
Yeah.
So I just made up my mind. I said, henceforth, even if I'm going to trek from my house to the market, if I want to eat fish, I'll go and be buying them. We have to be very careful to ourselves. All this inflation, it seems to me it's a kind of deliberate. Like my mom called me last week, upper week, sorry.
Yeah.
We were talking. I said, is how much are you buying gari? I don't eat gari because it's disturb my system. And I said they are selling ojopo. That's ojopo in my place. It's what they use in measuring that gari. It's 11,000. Yes, but that same ojopo gari is 700 naira. That when you go to the village, you buy gari and come to to Lagos or even distribute for your friends. What kind of inflation are we inflating in this country? No fuel. I don't use my generator again. Me that can't do without light. I have to manage. But fortunately for me, my community will get light. Even as I'm talking, we have I slept with light over throughout the night from maybe after 7 till this time.
All right, but if I have to pick the next call, thank you so very kindly sharing with us. That's something you said. Why are those on scale selling higher than those in the market? Kingsley's in Jakonde. Kingsley, good morning to you. What's the contribution, please?
Good morning, Mr. Kofi.
Welcome.
This is my first time calling for your show.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. You see, that's why we say people should call one so that others like you can call.
Okay.
Welcome.
Mr. Kofi.
Yes.
The truth of the matter, the way I see this country, I born in 1985.
Okay.
So now, this month is my month, making me 39 years. You understand, sir?
All right.
The way I look all the whole angle of this country, both the local government, the federal government, they still say they run a state. We never ready to run a country because they can't run country this way. Every day talking, and nothing show up. That they will call to say, okay, you ask person that own food, why they don't meet demand? What happened? Why we not get for the country? So the case there our hand. Until we get the real country, then we get it right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so
I like
much.
your program.
Thank you, my brother Kingsley and Jack, and I appreciate you calling in. We have a caller on Skype. Hello, good morning. We'll take the Skype and I read some messages. Hello, good morning, Skype caller.
Yeah, good morning, Kofi.
Welcome. Your name, location, and contribution, please.
Yeah, this is Simon calling from Belgium.
All right, Simon, welcome.
You know, the issue of inflation is not only in Nigeria. Even self here in Belgium, we have high inflation. But the only difference between Nigerian owned and Belgian owned that the government is helping. You understand? The government is helping. There is this, how do they call it? There is this child support. And before the school will start, government has to pay everybody. Government pays school fees. So you don't think about fees anymore.
Government pays school fees?
Yes, here in Belgium.
Okay, and then they pay child support.
Yeah, and pay child support. Like last 3 months, because of the high inflation, each registered child here in Belgium received extra €100.
When you say extra, what do you mean?
Let's assume now they're paying
extra.
the child. Yeah, let's assume they're paying the child €150 before. Now they added €100 to that child, making €250.
So before the inflation in Belgium, they were paying increased inflation. They were paying some money.
Yeah, let's assume now each child they're paying €150, depending on the age. Now because of the inflation, now they add extra €100 per child. Because people are crying, not only in Nigeria. This inflation is not only in Nigeria. If you go to shop, you yourself, if you buy something, you'll be checking your receipt. What did you buy with €100, €200?
Yeah.
So, but the one here, government is helping. We don't have issue of light, electricity, or security. That's the only difference.
All right. Thank you very much, bro. Thank you so much. We have to go. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. So government has to help, and that's what we're hoping to round up by saying government needs to do something, one way or the other. Well, it can be argued they're doing something, but is it enough? Elishin Badagri says the only adjustment I do as a result of the 36.9%, 69 actually, it's 33.69%, not 36.9. 33.69% inflation. It's reduced 3 basic meals to 1. I also moved my son from private school to the public school to ensure that I can cover other areas. Traders make up normal profits at the expense of inflation. That's what Mrs. Market Woman was saying, Joy. Madam Ifi was saying, not Market Woman. Safianu. So I need to pair Madam Ifi and Market Woman, who have different views, together one day on this matter. Safianu in Kano City says inflation is making our life harder. Okay, over there in Kano and harder. It's better for the government to, at various levels, to do the needful before things get out of hand. Okay, thank you so very kindly. Good to have heard from you. Another one here says, Okosu Dennis, good to hear from you. I can see your message here. My God. Okay. He says the price of food is crazy in the market and pockets are leaking. Those days I can't finish 100 naira for food, but can finish 600 naira now and I'll not be satisfied. My God. Says also Derek of Gary is now 800 naira and yam is terribly expensive. If care is not taken, there'll be a food revolution. All right. When I hear food revolution, I think of people going to the farm, to farm, but it says no seller should be blamed because they sell according to how they buy. I think you mean to say farmers have to be secure to cultivate their farm. The government must wake up. Of course, Dennis is an Aja. Good to hear from you. Another one here says the untimely and unprecedented removal of subsidy on fuel and electricity has led to untimely death of so many Nigerians. Inflation is everywhere, but the sad thing is that people's salaries still remain the same after removal of subsidy, which is why people cannot afford medication or eat well to remain healthy. Jeremiah Agbochinu is Inoguru. Good to hear from you, Jeremiah. Maybe that's why the federal government needs to reverse this increase in electricity tariff, because already inflation is high. This one is going to make it worse, and there's no doubt about it. Olaole says, why will someone complain he can't eat well because of rising food prices when he still buy more meats than the fufu that will take him for long hours? Olaole. Oh, my God. Okay, next one here. Says, my name is Yemi in Alagbado. Transport for me is a major challenge. It used to cost me 350 naira to get to Ikeja where my office is. Now it's upwards of 1,000 naira. I've decided to trek 30 minutes rather than pay tricycle for part of my journey. My God, the hazard is that I could be robbed because it is early in the morning. God bless Nigeria. Thank you so much, Yemi. Good to hear from you. That's really sad. That's really sad. The onus is on the government to really be aware of what is going on and try to give the people more lifelines and not make life harder. For instance, student loan is one of those lifelines. We must commend it.
You won't get drink to boost your health. Now, Wellman drink. Wellman drink.
Are you ready to feel alive and strong? Look no further, because Wellman Drink from Vitabiotics UK has got you covered. Packed with vitamins and minerals, it is a healthy choice you won't regret. Make a healthy choice today with a very low-calorie drink that is free from caffeine, preservatives, and artificial color. Wellman Drink, the ultimate choice for men. Available in leading pharmacies and supermarkets.
In Nigeria, the weather can change in an instant, just like life itself. Even when you are caught in a heavy downpour or harmattan has left your skin dry, there's one thing that never changes: the restoring power of Vaseline Petroleum Jelly. Because we all know when harmattan strikes, if you are not protecting your skin, it cracks. So do your lips, and no one wants that. So use Vaseline Petroleum Jelly to keep your skin healthy, smooth, moisturized, and protected all day long, so you can embrace every season with confidence.
Mommy, my teacher said 90% of my brain will develop by the time I am 5.
Really? What else did she say?
She said I need iron in my food for my brain to grow well.
Oh, very true. And that's why I give you Cerelac Junior every day, which provides half of your daily iron needs.
And Cerelac Junior tastes so good.
Cerelac Junior with Iron Plus. It's all good, Mom.
Every parent wants to see their child growing up happy and healthy. Introducing Renzo Vitamins for Kids, a secret to your child's daily nutrition and boundless joy. With Renzo Vitamins, your child will have the energy to embrace every moment and unlock their full potential. Give your child a head start in life with Renzo Vitamins for Kids, because a happy child is a healthy child.
Chinedu! Don't worry, Ma. He'll be home on time, just like his dad. I'm cooking their favorite jollof with Sonia tomato mix. They are here.
Hey, is that jollof ready?
Right on time.
Your loved ones will always rush home for tasty meals prepared with Sonia tomato mix.
It's so good eating together with a family.
Yes, Ma. Sonia tomato mix brings you together. Proudly Nigerian.
0804 times 55 times. Now the number for Omnibus Prime. If you didn't set provisions, better benefits, free delivery, save on every other. 0804 times 55 times.
Is that so? If you be retailer for your area, Oya call 080-000-55555 now to enjoy Omnibus Prime benefits. Madam, you don't try this new Lush Hair 4-in-1 no lie relaxer kit. We get free neutralizing shampoo and conditioner join.
What? Me, I know deal.
You're not even sabi waiting the apple for town. You see this Lush Hair relaxer so?
You know the pepper, you know the bond. It go even make your hair shine like oil.
That's so. Lush Hair relaxer kit, na correct. We no go make your hair cut. We no go make your hair dry. You know the pepper, and they relax hair well. Come by your own.
Lush Hair. Be beautiful. Health, they say, is wealth. But when securing good health costs you an arm and a leg, or when you are at the hospital and they insist on a hefty deposit before treatment,
but when Avon HMO has your back, you won't have to scream "Yekba," because in the end, we all need people. Visit avonhealthcare.com now to get an Avon health plan for you.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.